Again with some more Historic Brawl. Today, we are checking out Butterbur, the Bree Innkeeper. Do I want to keep this? That's the question. I think I do. Yeah, I think I do. So this deck, I was looking for a commander who I hadn't played before on the channel. Butterbur was one of the first ones I came across that I thought was kind of interesting. And as a result, I was looking through our creature types, and surprisingly, Innkeeper is not one of them. But we do have 3 Innkeepers. And the Innkeepers... Sorry, opponent. I was talking to myself. The Innkeepers do care about adventures, most of all. So we are going to adventure as much as possible. There are only 3 Innkeepers, so we did not get very far with our look into the power level of Innkeepers, but... Opponent. They might have a 3 mana burn spell, like that's possible. They're blue-green, so I'm a little worried about bounce spells, honestly. I have to ramp. I have no choice. I can't afford to not have mana, especially in this deck. We have a lot of adventures at our disposal. Because we have Baldur's Gate adventures, we have Eldraine adventures, like they're all over the place. Return creature with flying. I guess we're gonna create a monster roll token. My Windmere is a monster opponent. Can you believe it? Can't afford them to draw cards off of a cosmic elixir. A little bit too dangerous. Oh, outramp me, opponent. Please don't. Okay. That's a good start. So I can actually... Yeah, no, I have options. That's good. Because I can play the worm. And then I can return the Fabled Passage. And swing in for 5. Like, we're beaten well. We're doing good beat sticks, but our opponent does have a protection from green sword, which is just the worst, honestly. Why couldn't you say destroy target creature with flying or target artifact? I would love that, honestly. Rude opponent. I'm not built around virtue of strength, it just happened to be a reasonable. Mill. Although, like, with land tax, we get basic lands, right? Like, and green tends to ramp out basic lands. There's not as though we have a lack of things to do. Yeah, I just got to, just have to key to the city, I think. So, does Bolt do anything? It does. But neither do any of these. So I guess I'll take the Bolt. And discard to you, you're not very exciting, unfortunately. So I can counter a target activated ability or target creature gets indestructible. I think I want the worm. The Emerald Dragon. I can't do anything about the hits for the Filigree Familiar. Oh god, opponent, you're living my dream. I want a Chromatic Orrery, and I want it now. Our opponent doesn't have much card advantage, though. Disgusting. Who needs card advantage where we're going, huh? Bullet. Bullet. I think you milled my wrath. So pretty much everything is an adventure in this deck. Like, it is not a big brain deck. It is stick the adventures together and profit. And it has not worked out for us, unfortunately. Out of options, unfortunately, too. Cancel. Die. Start our food production. Like, he makes food, he doesn't care about adventures. But Edgewall Innkeeper cares about adventures. And the other one is the 2-mana halfling. It cares about creatures that are in the battlefield, which is generally adventure type stuff. GG opponent. I tried to get the quit out effect, but it did not work. Have you ever seen that? And any of you guys ever watch like Dark Souls speedruns and things like that? That is something that is very common, where you get caught in a grab, and to avoid the time loss, you quit out in the middle of the grab, and it reloads you in front of the fog gate. Not really the same thing in Magic, but like one could hope at some points. Tatyova, let's see. Butterbeer, you have another shot. Let's give her a go. Keep. We open on tap land because then we get a untapped turn 2 land, which should be more profitable overall. Yeah, I think we do it this way. Like, we got a good stand. Lovestruck Beast is a good boy. We like him a lot. Maybe they're just too dispersed in what they're trying to do. Opponent? Do we have a flash deck? Nope. Okay. I'm wondering what was up with that. Maybe they just didn't have anything. That's possible. It happens more often than we would like to think. Uh-huh. Let's swing in like this. If our opponent takes the bait. Boy, you are just gullible, opponent. What do you do? 2+1/+1 counter, untap it. It gains hexproof. So, kind of bad protection. I guess we just attack for 6 again. I don't know, Adventure is one of those really fun mechanics in that it gives you a lot of versatility, right? Especially the instant creature combos. Because you can cast it at any time, and sometimes just having a spell change zones is enough to make a difference, right? Like, Thoughtseize will not hit this if you cast the adventure side in response. Like, there are a lot of fun and weird little interactions with the mechanic that I think it's probably in my top 5 favorite mechanics. Probably. Uh, I too have 3/3's opponent. So I can pay 1 mana to get 2 mana next turn. That's kind of cool. Lucky Clover does have its benefits. Oh, goodness. Our opponent has succeeded in their land ramp. I am very proud of them, but also a little bit worried. I need to get my worm down. Opponent? Am I getting hoofed? I don't want to be hoofed, please. It is among the last things I would like to have happen. Tauberry Stomper is not a hoof. It's not a hoof. That's pretty good. I should have cast the Rowthorn to get 2 mana, and then I would have had it out of my hand. Huh. Green? Green? Waiting for 5 again. Let's see if we can get a double block. Okay, that's good. We want the land to die. Tauberry Stomper is the only thing that is stopping our Dread form. Or Dread Linnorm. Linnorm? From killing our opponent. I don't want to highlight it at the moment because it will lead our opponent to reading what the card does, and I don't want that. I don't want them to look at it and be like, wow, can't be blocked by creatures with 3 or more power. Or 3 or less power. That's probably going to kill me unless I do something. Oh, more land. Shenanigans. Blue-green lands is not generally the lands archetypes I think of. But it is, well, I say that. It is kind of, right? Like, it kind of is. Um, hmm. Hmm. Opponent? Here goes 1 turn. Royal. +1/+1 and ward. So you have like, okay, you only have ward 1. You're not the one that has ward 2 on your base stats. You gonna attack him? No, opponent. No, no. I think we give that a tap. Let's go meet in a tavern. And swing in. Get ready for the massacre. Opponent's strategy of blocking is going to be rough on their mana base. Yeah, you have to block that with a 5/5 or a 4/4. Hmm. And I think we under off there. Our opponent is down to 5 lands. Always good to see. Neat. You probably need to do a little bit more, though. GG. It was close. And we'll go into a game, too. I was going to talk about things in the beginning of the video. About upcoming schedule type stuff. Because on the 15th, the new set releases. And normally, when a video comes out, we will not have a video. Because the set will not release for like another 11 hours afterwards. So that'll be kind of a day where the video comes out like 6-7 hours later. And that's just because of how the release schedule is. I want to put up a video from the new set on that day, is basically where I'm at. And in order to do that, I need to record it at around the release time, which is possible. And generally, when it is possible to do it that way, I record a new video when the new set releases. Sometimes it's not, but this time it is. And so that's why there's not going to be a video at midnight. Generally, there's a video every day, but occasionally I mess up and I miss a day. Because I scheduled things and then I change things around depending on how things worked out in the deck building process and like what I have coming up. Like I try not to have 4 videos come up that are essentially the same deck, right? Like that's something that I try to avoid, and sometimes that's just what my inspiration provides. It's like, yeah, no, you wanna do this, and that's, I don't know, man. It is an odd thing. Hey, I needed that for reasons, opponent. I think we will do some adventuring. Get a unicorn. And let's put a Burnished Hart on top. What do you think, opponent? Halfang, Horn, Lotus? Yeah, Lotus. Makes sense. Makes sense. The incidental card advantage of the adventures is also something that I always enjoyed as a mechanic, because you cast a card to get an effect, and then you kind of still have a card left over, which is nice. Does Burnished Heart die a second time? Uh, uh, I think we block a spider and stack a Burnished Heart. Opponent is already up 4 lands on us. Very cool. What are you doing, opponent? Yeah, that's not gonna happen. Green. I would rather take the damage. How do I deal with that, though? That's a big spider. Do we just call out the soldiers? Like, that's 5 turns of blocking. That's reasonable. Ew. Ungoliant is a viable colossal majesty target, isn't she? I think this turn we play our boy and Horn. Because then we can block with the boy, and we don't have to chump block. We can exile, draw a card, all the good stuff. Our opponent is really making it hard for us to out-card advantage them. I will take 3 before. But I actually will not lose my Woodland Man. Woodland Man stays with me, opponent. Rude? Didn't quite work out. Yeah, I think we're just gonna have to equip. We're gonna have to spend a turn equipping. To dissuade spider attacks. Does that do anything? Not really. Let's equip up. And then get out the biggest thing we can. Block down the spider for the rest of time. Oh, I was not watching time. We will end it after this one. But to say 23 minutes, that's not unreasonable, but we are nowhere close to finishing this game. I don't think. If our opponent just, like, rolled out the removal, we'll probably die, but we're not quite there. We're getting there, though. Our opponent is getting us there at an exponentially higher pace than I would have liked. Yeah, I guess I kill a cheeky spider. What could save me? Like, I have a giant wrath. Giant wrath could save me. How long would it save me? Not long, probably, but GG, we're dead. Opponent likes gaining life. They're very fond of it. Our creatures don't do anything for them though as a side benefit. So I guess gaining life is probably the best that they could offer themselves at the moment. We had a good time, but death is very, very imminent with that removal spell. Boy, the Shelob fight is kind of cool too. Well, either way, thank you guys so much for watching. If you did enjoy, remember to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you next time. Bye for now.